Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of our video. In this video we are going to discuss about poetic devices or literary tools. So here I got a lot of requests on this video, on this topic. We want to know, actually, before we get into the topic poetic device, I really want to know what is you mean by poem, because it's not good to move forward without telling a few words about poem. Poem is like a form of art which is constructed in a form in verses, right? So the idea or the thought or the concept, the story, whatever, which is going to convey in the form of lines. So we know already it's a bit complicated than the prose or the simple story to understand the idea through lines, yeah, because the construction and the meaning, maybe you will have very few words, but you need to understand a very big theme, yeah, that is poem. So what going to help us to make it more clear and understand and more enjoyable? Of course, literary devices or poetic devices. So this is where I want to connect the poetic devices and the poem, right? Yeah. And now when we talk about poetic devices, before you go and study one by one what is simile, what is metaphor, what is assonance, what is alliteration, before you do that, I really want you to pay your attention on this topic. What is it exactly? What are they doing with us in poem or any form of literature? This is very important, and that we are going to discuss today. Okay, yeah. So poetic devices is, as I said, kind of tools, techniques which makes us the work of art more easy to understand as well as more enjoyable. Okay, and it helps to build that form of art in a structural way. Okay, because a poem has rhythm, a poem has comparison, a poem has personification. It gives you one word but it means something else. So all kind of magic or stuffs is going through a poem when we talk about poem. Same as in the prose and the drama and stories, also some certain plot, they need kind of devices there to make it more enjoyable. So here, these poetic devices help us to understand not only that, it is the tools which help to evoke our emotions, to evoke our senses. For example, if you are reading about a flower, if you can smell it, it's evoke your sense of smelling, right? If you are reading about a brook or a river, if you can feel the water, if you can feel the coolness, yeah, it evokes your senses. If you are reading about a scene where very emotional, touching something, it makes you cry, exactly, it evokes your emotions. So these are poetic devices do with us, and it is very important to know what are they doing. Now you know, right? Yes, exactly. Now here another thing that you need to understand very clearly, unapologetically, which is these devices, we can divide them into categories. Okay, it is very, very, very important. That is the base. So we have sound devices, we have imagery devices, we have figurative languages, we have structural devices. See, if you learn them into categories, it's very, very nice for you, because later on you never forget and you never have a confusion on that. But I'm not gonna do all these devices in this video. I'm not gonna explain all these devices in this video. It's gonna be huge. We will cut it into small pieces and we'll upload. But in general, I'm going to give you an idea. So we have sound devices. For example, alliteration, assonance, consonance. These are sound devices. Rhyme, rhythm, all of those are sound devices. As well as we have figurative languages. Figurative languages are simile, metaphor, personification, all these very familiar with. All these are figurative languages, or figure of speech, we do say like that as well. What they do, these devices create imagery by comparing or exaggerating. So each one has their own functions. We will learn more about all of this by category, as I said, but not now. And then we have imagery devices. Imagery devices which like visual, auditory, olfactory, maybe you know all of them. Gustatory, tactile, right? What is tactile? It's like a touch. And then gustatory means taste. If you read about a very delicious food, if you feel, if your mouth got watery, yes, it works. That poetic device works. Yeah. So this is what they do. You see, make the form of art very lively with us. Yeah. So this is all about poetic devices, and what I want to do is to give you exact clear idea what this poetic device do with us in a poem. This is what I mean, and I hope you get it right. Now next video onwards, we're going to split into category by category, and then we're going to do one by one. So it will be very short video as well, and it is easy for you to understand without any doubt, plus more examples. Yeah. So keep watching and let me know if you need more on this particular subject. I mean poetic device itself as an introduction. I am waiting for your feedback. Thank you for watching. See you on next video. Bye bye.